All these successes prove something important. Small teams with big ideas can change the industry. And that brings us to one game made by a handful of developers in Australia. For 6 years, Team Cherry has been crafting Hollow Knight's Silksong. It is highly anticipated and Steam's most wish-listed game. Well, tonight, I can finally definitively tell you that Silksong is 100% actually launching this year.
Welcome to Between the Joysticks. Press start and then we're off. Nick and Jon, they've got the sauce. Breaking news and some hot takes. Even if there's some mistakes, Nick is captaining the ship, while Jon gives thoughts straight from the hip. But when their powers combine, we're all in for a hell of a time. Between the Joysticks, it's the best. Up to 6 things they will address. Tell all your friends and settle in. Between the Joysticks now begins.
Hello there. On this episode of Between the Joysticks, we are covering all of the announcements from Opening Night Live, the second of the Keighley events. This is episode 149. And that other voice you hear is my co-host, Jon, and I am your host, Jin. It's Jon, but with the I, where the O should be. And I have the same amount of excitement and energy that Jon has about video games and video game adaptations and everything else. So, yay. Let's get this show going. How are you, Jon?
So is this truly what? Are you truly mocking me, or are you just really upset about your not getting dates today? What is it?
I'm kind of mocking you for last week, and I'm your host, Nick, by the way, not Jin.
Jin with an I.
And also, yeah, this was a weird Gamescom that we'll definitely break down for you in a moment here. But should we just get into it, Jon? Is there anything you wanted to talk about before we get into the show?
No, I mean, there's only one thing I think on all of our minds right now, so might as well jump right into it.
Kirby Air Riders. Okay,
Kirby Air Riders and Sword of the Sea. That's what we're here to talk about today.
This will be our atypical show because, we're hot off of Opening Night Live. So no 3 things, no 6 things total here. Just we're going to go over through all the announcements of the show. But before we get into it, you can write in and be heard on the show. That email address is betweenthejoysticks@gmail.com. Write in with your thoughts on Opening Night Live and all of the announcements. So are you ready, Jon?
As ready as I'll ever be.
All right, we're going to start with the pre-show. Kyle Bosman.
The man.
Yes. A great show. Delayed input. Great show to watch on YouTube. He started things off with quite a bit of announcements, actually. But how we're going to do this, Jon, you can just tell me to skip, and we'll just move on.
Moving on.
We have nothing to say.
Okay.
Because I think the first game is a skip. Bubsy 4D.
Yeah, it's a skip, but I will say, I mean, as a man born in 1989, the Bubsy series was one of the first, games I probably ever played on my Genesis. So,
okay.
So I'm just simply saying there's nostalgia there, but I have no interest in playing this. That's all.
It does not look great.
No, it doesn't. I mean, and for those in the that don't know, Bubsy 3D is one of those worst, would be nominated out of a list of one of the 10 nominations for worst games of all time level things. So it's interesting to get a sequel to that, but yeah, I have nothing. I don't care about that orange cat.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right.
I know you have a tattoo, but
what's that?
I know you have a Bubsy tattoo, right?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Uh-huh. On your ass cheek?
Yeah. He was the best platformer, arguably, right? All right. Next up was a Battlestar Galactica strategy game. Any interest here?
No. I mean, I'd love to have something to say, but I've never really watched the show. I'm not into these type of games. I guess the only thing I would say that is if you are a guy that likes space sims and strategic stuff, looks high quality, looks good. And I think this is the game that I was like, oh, it's Dotemu. So
I'm surprised there isn't a
there's a
game like FTL since that game has come out. Like another
That's true.
one of those. Maybe there is because there's just tons of video games out there, but on
Honestly,
the same
surprised
level.
FTL's never made its way over to consoles either.
Right, exactly. So, all right. Moving on.
If you want to go shoot some ships, go shoot some ships.
Moving on. Night Dive is remastering the LucasArts game Outlaws. I've never heard of this before. So, I don't know. What are your thoughts on this one?
We work with a gentleman in his 50s who says this is one of his like favorite games ever. So had to let him know. But it looks extremely dated, and it is extremely dated, but also looks a little,
Somebody like original Doom.
Yeah, and so for somebody who has that game in their heart, like my good buddy here at work, go check it out. He says there's really good music. He says the soundtrack's great, is what he said.
Right.
So, and I do believe he'll play that music at work, and we hear it, and it probably sounds like Red Dead to us, and I don't know, but I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
So for all you listeners out there, visualize Nick and I at work listening to Western music.
All right.
Nothing.
This next game is an interesting one. Dench Attack. I want you to describe what this game is, John.
It's Tony Hawk's Train Skater. Tony Hawk's Pro Train Skater.
Excuse me? What?
Tony Hawk's Pro Train Skater?
That's an interesting combination of words.
Yeah, well, when you are controlling a bus on tracks and doing tricks and wall riding, and you are literally
And
just
fighting
that.
robots and
Yeah, I don't know how else you could say it. Yeah, I mean, literally it says on PC Gamer, Densha Attack is a game where you do Tony Hawk stunts with Japanese trains whose developers would not confirm whether we can make a train do a Christ Air or not. So, Christ Air being a very famous trick in Tony Hawk. No, this looks insane. It kind of reminds me of a game like Crazy Taxi, like something
Right.
that's just like, look, we're all like, or Jet Set Radio, a lot of flash, a lot of brightness, vivid colors.
yeah, customizable trains.
Yep, it's got a lot of that going, but it's got to get really good reviews for me to give it attention. Like I think beyond where this level. If it comes out and be like, oh, it's great and it's a lot of fun and there's like a good amount of stuff to do and it's a good trophy system and blah 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 blah, maybe. But it's kind of like Roller Drum. You remember Roller Drum?
Yes.
I remember that game looked cool and I was like, oh, I might want to play this. And then it came out and people were like, it's fine.
Yeah,
and
it didn't review very well.
Yeah, I mean it was like at low 80s, which is okay.
John, no, that was
Roller Drum?
That was a 70s game.
Well, now we have to see who's right. 80 on the nose.
Fuck.
I win.
Damn it.
I win. So, but anyway, cool idea. I love unique ideas. So,
Right.
kudos for that.
And one of the better like games out of nowhere to be at this show. So
It's always fun when you're watching one of these shows with friends or coworkers or whatever the case may be, and every one of you is just going, "What is this?
Right.
What the hell is happening?" Always a good time. So,
all right.
and Densha does mean train in Japanese. I had to look that up.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right.
We're dropping some knowledge for our listeners.
So you mentioned being born in 1989. I'm sure you're not a He-Man fan.
I'm not a He-Man fan.
Me neither. But it is getting a beat 'em up called He-Man and the Masters of the Universe, Dragon Pearl of Destruction. It's coming from Limited Run Games. I didn't know they made their own games. So,
I didn't know that either.
but yeah,
and we're kind of living through a revitalization of the beat 'em up genre. Streets of Rage 4, Shredder's Revenge, things like that. That have that classic look but modern feel. This definitely looks like it has that beautiful art, weirdly, but much more in the Golden Axe camp, where it's like large characters,
Right,
you're taking
they
up a
fill the
lot of
screen.
space,
Good point.
slow movements, but like it does look like there's some cool special abilities and things like that. And I will say I liked this trailer. I liked the way that like it started off as like a 1980s
Right.
commercial with a little kid playing with toys, doing the fantasy imagination, like, oh, what's the bad guy, Skeletor?
yes.
Oh, Skeletor, blah, and then it like goes right into the game. So a good job with the trailer. But I have no affinity towards He-Man and his horrible haircut.
It is getting a movie next year, so maybe He-Man's on the up and up.
Who's it starring?
Oh God.
Ryan Reynolds, Rob McEnelhaney.
No,
No.
he's not doing everything. Just
I
a
know,
Far
I know.
Cry show.
Let's see.
If you know one actor, that'd be incredible.
That's true. They might not have. Oh, Nicholas Galitzine is. Oh, Alison Brie's in it. Idris Elba's in it. Jared Leto's in it.
Holy crap! All right,
Marina Baccarin's in it. The Mountain from Game of Thrones is in it.
Well, maybe it'll be actually it is on the rise.
Yeah, you probably can get a lot of people like that are of the older generation like, oh, I love that. I want to be in that movie. I don't know if that's Idris Elba or not, but I'm going to assume it is in my head. So, okay.
All right. We can move on. Speaking of beat 'em ups, the roguelike beat 'em up, Absalom, is coming out October 9th.
Fuck yeah.
It looks great. It looks stupidly good.
Yeah, it looks really good. Happy to see this one. It is on my fantasy team. It was the last one of my team that I was unsure of for dates. I mean, I have Silksong, so that one we'll get to that. But good to see a date. October continues to be absolutely fucking bananas.
Yes.
But loved the animation going on in this game. Looks clean as hell. And every single little preview that this game gets, it just gets glowing praise. Back in March, I think Ryan McCaffrey at IGN reviewed it and said he told himself one more run 17 runs ago, that kind of thing, which is a great sign for a roguelike. And then Evan Lottie of PC Gamer back in June said, Absalom isn't just the best demo on Steam. It's one of my favorite things I've played in 2025. So the way that I kind of heard this described is
Is it multiplayer?
I don't know. That's a good question. I think there was a moment where it's at least co-op.
Okay.
But one of the downfalls, quote unquote, if you will, of the beat 'em up genre, at least up until this point, is that it's kind of one note in the sense that there's not a ton of replay value. In Shredder's Revenge, you can play as different characters and things like that, but you have typically the same limited move set, same enemies that are just kind of coming at you at all the time. And in this one, it seems like it's embracing the Hades style of you're going to have runs where you're, have a lightning build and every attack you do unleashes lightning chains into other enemies, or a tornado build that launches guys up into the air. It really changes how you play and allows you to kind of, I think, make each run feel unique, which is obviously the special sauce when it comes to roguelikes and wanting to just kind of do run after run after run and see if you can break the game open. So this one looks great. I pumped that it got a date, and I'm not going to commit to day one, but it's probably a day oneer.
Yeah, you got to play with me. That's what I was going to ask. Are we going to play this game together?
I mean, this one I'm excited for, and I wasn't ever really excited for Streets of Rage 4 or Shredder's Revenge. They turned out to be great games. I enjoyed my time with them, but I wasn't looking forward to them that much. But yeah, I'd play with this one with you, buddy.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'd play this one with you.
Okay. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Hang on. I got to find where I'm at in this. Thanks to PC Gamer for breaking this all down.
Yes.
All right. Next up, the creators of Ghost Runner. The Cyberpunk Ninja series. They're making a new game called Valor Mortis.
Yes. Valor Mortis.
A cool looking trailer. It looks to be, I hate that we just have to compare everything to everything. Mm-hmm. They say it's a first person Souls like.
Really? So, that's what they say?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Yeah.
Not everything needs to be, and you don't need to do it.
And it's I don't know, what century would you say Napoleon and those very French outfits and gunpowder pistols would be?
Early 19th century, early 1800s, I think.
Right.
But then the big dude fucking walks out with a Roman mask on, so it's kind of a cool fusion.
Right, and then somehow transforms himself into a monster. So
yeah. I mean, this one's intriguing. I played a good amount of the first Ghost Runner. And I really liked what I played. Honestly, it's one of those games that I feel like I'll never truly eliminate from my backlog until I actually go back and beat the whole thing. I think the best way to describe Ghost Runner is kind of like a Hotline Miami, where you load into a level, there's an established amount of enemies, you have to kill each one of them. You kill them in one hit, they kill you in one hit, and it's more of a puzzle than anything. So it looks like they're taking that kind of backbone and branching out a little bit and giving you more of a actual fleshed out gameplay experience as opposed to just go in, kill everybody, move on to the next thing as fast as you can. So I'll have my eye on this one. They definitely are bringing back their signature first-person combat type stuff, but lots of parrying and seizing the opening to attack and things like that. But Oh,
Yeah, and you got some like Bioshock like abilities in your left hand. At some point, you're using your hand as like a flamethrower.
Yeah, yeah. So like, it looks cool, but it's like, every combat encounter seems to be like 1-on-1. There's this moment where he's getting shot at and he's kind of like ducked behind a thing. So it does look like it's embracing a lot of that. You probably maybe get 1-2 hits most and you're dead.
In Ghost Runner tradition.
Yeah, they're gonna stick to the way that they do things, but it looks good. I'm kind of this one was one of the better games of the show, I think, for me.
Yeah. All right. Next up is the Long Gone. Looks like a pixel art The Last of Us, basically.
Yeah.
You're just a dude in a hoodie and a backpack and fighting off zombies. Very unique look. Looks to be very puzzle orientated. Like it was a puzzle just to kill one zombie. So I wonder how the rest of the game will play. But yeah, another new announcement. And if this looks like up your alley, it's interesting. I'm not too sold on this art style.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I will admit it, for something that did approach an art style like this, it does do it very well. This is a game that seems awesome in concept to me, but I will not enjoy playing it. Something cool about the idea of, like, there was like a little bit of humor in this trailer as well, where it's like, he approaches a zombie that just for some reason can't climb over this fence, and he gets a little too close and eats him, and then he trial and error finds a different way to deal with him. It's cool, but very lo-fi, very, very retro looking.
Yeah, not my thing. All right. Next up was a trailer for Routine, which I guess is some game that's been around on Steam forever. I guess it was like, if you remember Steam Greenlight.
Nope.
Where Steam users would vote for games to be put onto Steam.
Do you remember the 1 month PlayStation did that?
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No.
You don't?
No.
God.
What was it called?
I don't remember what they called it, but the games were Grow Home and...
God, I'm surprised I don't remember.
Hold on,
this.
we can keep moving on while I find this, but same kind of thing.
Okay.
Vote to Play. It was called Vote to Play.
And yeah, so this game is back and was supposedly coming out this year, but it's a first-person horror game, it looked like, with robots.
Yeah, and some sort of like camera mechanic where you take pictures and it might produce the things that'll scare you. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I was shocked, like, when people were like, we were watching it with, we're like, oh my God, Routine, it's here. And I've never in my life heard of this game or anything. By the way, Vote to Play back in 2015. They only did it. They did it for 1 month. It was just like basically you got to pick what the PlayStation Plus games for the next month were gonna be.
Oh, okay.
And it was like that and like a tabletop kind of weird video game. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, Routine.
All right.
I don't have anything to say. Move on.
All right. Now the next game is a trend we're seeing a lot of, and that is Chinese third-person Souls-like. And here's another one called Swords of Legends. I will say, though, that this looked very pretty. Mm-hmm. The art direction was top-notch on bosses and environments. So
yeah.
It is one to keep an eye out for. If it can review and play well, it seems like they can't quite get there where From Software is, but they're going to keep trying, as we're going to find out later in this show.
Damn, dude, I'll admit I missed like the first part of this trailer, and
yeah,
like
you did.
this game looks awesome.
Yeah, no, it could be something.
Huh. But yeah, you're absolutely right. I mean, I'm kind of lamenting this also, and it's one of the unfortunate things about the video game industry where you have these incubation periods where it takes years and years to get projects off the ground, and you want to make sure you're staying current with what the trends are and what people want, but by the time you get to the finish line, it's like we've kind of moved past it, and that's what this is. It's, Nick and I have been playing games long enough, I'm sure most of the listeners as well, where you go back 10, 15 years and people are just clamoring for feudal Japan stuff, ninja stuff, ancient Chinese looking things, and so once we finally started getting these things actually coming with, I believe like Wulong Fallen Dynasty and Black Myth Wukong and Rise of Ronin and Assassin's Creed Shadows. It's like now you're getting this and a couple more of this and Fallen Feathers. It's like, all right, like I don't, yeah. And then all of them typically have the same style of game, whether it's these ones I feel very comfortable calling Souls-likes, or like something a little bit faster paced like Ninja Gaiden. They're all of that like sword wielding, fast action type stuff. So getting a little tired of it, but there's no denying the ooze of this trailer. Like everything looks pretty awesome. The enemies, like you said, the environments all look good. But they also do need to fix their names. It's always something of something,
right.
Or like generic word, Sword of Legends, Honor of
Right.
Kings. Like,
Like they don't stand out.
no, it does not stand out. So, or it's the other side of that. And I'm going to spoil like the last. No, I won't spoil it. We'll wait till the last announcement of the show. But Black Myth something. It's just like insert crazy Chinese word that maybe that's just me being Eastern boy. Are we Eastern or Western? We're Westerners. We're Westerners. Being a Western white boy, but I don't know. Yeah,
We'll see.
fix your names. Looks great.
All
though.
it takes is for one of these. I mean, Black Myth Wukong, sold well, but it was received okay. All you need is the next big game, right? One of these to just land at the upper 80s, 90s. Liza P, I think, is the closest, most successful as far as critically.
Neo.
Oh yeah, Neo.
The Neo games were like in the upper 80s. Liza P's like 84, and Black Myth was like 81, 82.
So you just keep an eye on it. You side eye them.
Yeah, this one will be side-eyed.
All right. John was joking last week when he predicted a simulator would be here, but there was one, Road Kings, an American truck simulator game. Not much to say on that.
Moving on. I will say there seemed to be a weird little narrative going on in this one, which I was a little surprised with. Like, I didn't think people... You don't play these games for a narrative thing at all. You want to do the simulation. So, cool.
All right. Final announcement of the pre-show was that Pac-Man's coming to Sonic Racing Cross World. So, yeah. All right. So now we're here. We're at the proper show, proper Jeff Keighley. And he did his Keighley thing where he was hyping up some games that have done very well this year, Date Everything and Peak specifically. And then we got into the first announcement. And, this is why you listen to us, because we were right. We were talking about this game and when would it be shown. And we said first thing.
You started.
And that is, it started with Hollow Knight's Silksong. I'm gonna defer to our resident expert on the show, a man who has platinumed the original game, done the Pantheon. What are your thoughts on this reveal?
Stupid. I'm tired of this. I'm happy. I'm happy.
I guess
he used very specific verbiage of like, I can guarantee you it's coming out this year, something along those lines. And I take his word. I believe it is.
And we knew going into this that their Team Cherry is doing a big show on August 21st, and Jason Schreier's got a big article that's going to post that same day. So we're going to get a lot of the game, but you can't show it again and not give it a release date. Like, it's getting annoying.
Well, this is what's interesting. I agree with you, but I do think that they put themselves in between a rock and a hard place, because had they gone the entire opening night live and not said anything about it, people would be freaking out, even if there was the thing, right? There's a countdown. But what I think has been happening with this game entirely, and we'll find out on Thursday, and it makes sense, I get it, is that they signed a very specific or tailored document agreement with Microsoft or whoever. I think Microsoft, because they've basically partnered with the ROG Ally thing, where they're just not allowed to say shit about it until Microsoft gives them the green light. And I think Thursday is the green light. That's what it says. That's what it, because they has Microsoft officially come out and said what the release date for the Xbox ROG Ally is?
No, it was I thought it would have been here, and
that's what
and Microsoft is streaming all week long. So I'm assuming it on one of those days it'll be there with the price and all that.
And that's what I think. I think they basically kind of handcuffed Team Cherry and said, like, you cannot say the date of Silksong.
Well, you're guessing.
Of course I'm guessing. This is all. This is my hypothetical in my head, because there has to be a reason for it. Otherwise, it's not how games are announced or done or anything. But then that's when we'll get the deep dive of the game. We can give you the date, we can give you the price, and hopefully
See,
get everything we
the
need.
footage was just like, oh, it's there, it's running, but it was not like there was nothing special.
It wasn't a
about the trailer.
tailored trailer. It wasn't, a
Right.
gameplay segment. It was literally just, yep, here's, okay, now remember how you can, like, wall bounce? Yep, now you can wall bounce. Remember how you can, like, pogo off things? Yep, you can still do that. Why do you have that look on your face?
I'm getting, like, we're going to get to, like, more of this is where, like...
This won't be the first time.
Well, that publishers either stop showing your game or when you do show it, make it matter. And there's going to be a couple games here that are just either getting very tired or just showing the game off improperly. And Silksong was one that if it was going to show up, it needed a date. Just give us the date. Just give us the date.
Well, that's why I think they're handcuffed with Xbox.
Yeah, well,
Again, that's what I think.
because
But
there's probably more eyes on this than any other show. So I don't get why you just wouldn't put the date in there. If you're going to talk about it more later in the week,
Yeah.
more people are watching opening night live than they will the Silksong event on Thursday.
yeah, I agree.
So-
I agree. I mean, I think it's dumb, but for whatever reason, this is the way that they decided to market the game. Maybe there was something, and again, the way Schreier was talking about this event on Thursday, it seems like there's going to be a lot of information coming about like the development of this game, why they've been so quiet, what's been going on. And I could see a world where they were up against it financially to get this thing across the line. They reached out to people. They needed some extra money. Microsoft maybe gave them an olive branch and got them to the finish line. But Nick and I were talking earlier about like how Hollow Knight launched at $15, and the game did sell a lot, but I don't know if it sold anything crazy. And some of those sales were at a discount or a lower price. And so, yeah, maybe they're just like, look, man, we weren't anticipating to be in development for 7 years. Here we are 7 years later, and we just need a little bit of help. I don't know. All conjecture. Just trying to
Right.
brain
We're going
dump.
to know
But,
in a couple of days anyway, so it's not worth...
but regardless of all that, I am pumped. Why do you do this? Why do you sit there and shake your head at me?
It's fine. Just finish your thought.
I'm excited.
We can move on since we're going to know more about this.
Yeah, it's a dumb way to reveal it, but I do I will say this is the first time I feel 99 or greater % confident it is not going to get pushed. It will be here this year. The booths were set up. The menu screen was caught on camera. Everything points to we're ready to go, and I am ready to go. And Nick should learn how to beat the Watcher Knights because he's a punk bitch.
Fine, whatever. Yeah, I can't wait for its October release date to join all the October games. It's wonderful.
I'm just playing Absalom and Silksong. That's all I'm doing in October.
You're not playing Ghost at all.
I'll wait till November. That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't need it.
All right, let's get to the next announcement. Of course, we knew going into this. I know we predicted Microsoft was going to have a big presence here, but then it was officially confirmed with pretty much every Microsoft game announced for this year being at this show. And the first big one we got was Black Ops 7. It's coming November 14th. It looks to be the weirdest Call of Duty game that's ever existed. There's like, you're in like another dimension where the maps are really weird and bizarre and cover different timelines.
The laws of physics seem to not apply.
Right. It's almost like a multiverse of
It's like a dream state.
of different maps and aesthetics. And yeah, this seems to be going in a faster pace. There's wall running. There's jump, double jump, and and all that kind of things. And I think kind of the point that you brought last week where Battlefield is in this great position, and this is again showing like because it's just such a big difference between the realistic Battlefield and then just where Call of Duty is right now with skins and environments is just really out there. And coming off, we got a Black Ops game last year, so I'd imagine excitement for this one has to be at an all-time low for the franchise. So,
Yeah.
good luck.
I was a little baffled how off the walls this one got. I mean, Call of Duty, it's bounced around from modern stuff to back to World War II, even to World War I was Battlefield, right? So back to World War II, stuff like that. But it seems like recently they've understood that people got very tired very quickly of the wall running, jetpacks, super speed type Call of Duty, wanting more boots on the ground stuff, wanting more gameplay innovations, ways to kind of take the same experience we like with a war shooter but enhance it in some ways. And every single time it just seems like they go to the drawing board and go, yeah, but what if it was crazier? But what if we had like all these skins and like we're gonna blow people's minds with its fear and scary? It's like, no, dude, like Battlefield
You have
6,
annual releases though. What do you do to keep it fresh?
100%, 100%. I don't have a solution for you. I think the solution, honestly, is don't release a fucking game every year.
Right.
Let these 3 teams who you've handcuffed to the desk to make Call of Duty go make something else for a change, because opportunity cost is up the fucking ass with this one. But it's very interesting to see that Battlefield 6. I'm the most interested I am this fall is watching these two games compete with one another, and I don't want to play either of them at all. I just want to see how the market reacts to it, and how if people can for one time finally not just buy Call of Duty because it's what they do. And there's so many gamers in this world. There's hundreds of millions of gamers, so I don't expect much of a change, honestly. I still expect Call of Duty to outsell Battlefield. We're all going to sit here and go, yeah, but Battlefield 6 is a way better game. We know it is, but it's just, it's so far down the tracks. But
Well, what if it has a co-op campaign? Or
it does have a co-op campaign.
Or PV, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Or if it has an end game.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
But like, no, like, one of the things that people were championing most about the Battlefield 6 beta was the simple idea of vehicle revives, or whatever it is, right? Where you can drive a vehicle up to somebody who's down and you can drag them away. Like, and people are like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, that's the type of it doesn't take much. We don't need futuristic sci-fi, freeways that spiral up into the sky, because that's weird. You don't need that. And so I'm hoping that they get their teeth kicked in a little bit this year and maybe go back and go, okay, we got to either go back to what originally got us into this position in the first place as like the market leaders, or I don't know, or go back to maybe just not releasing a game every single year. But I will say the moment at the end of this trailer where it was all of a sudden top down, I was interested in that. I don't know what that was.
Yeah.
But it like looked
zombie
like,
mode.
Yeah, almost looked like it was like Dead Nation, like to a top down twin stick shooter thing, and I was like, that looks fun. Whatever.
Well, that's what I was feeling. I'm like, I would just like, if I was a Call of Duty fan, I would just feel exhausted just from the outside looking in, like all the modes. We're not even talking about they have the big Warzone,
yeah.
and then there's a release every year. It's just exhausting. Like, I just don't know how people continually keep up with it year after year after year. And then just seeing this one package alone, and it's got like 7 different modes in it. Mm-hmm. It's like,
yeah,
geez, man.
It's the same question of, why do people buy Madden every year? I don't know, but those people do, and they're there every year, and they're lining up and they're pumped for it. But I was happy they got this one out of the way early. I would have been mad if they ended on another Black Ops thing at the end of the show. Milo Ventimiglia is in it. I don't know a lot about that actor, but he was. What did Nick say that he was in? He
was in Heroes.
Heroes,
he was in, This Is Us.
Just would have thought that your Call of Duty, you can get a bigger celebrity.
That's
than that.
my boy.
I don't know.
He's been around.
That's my boy. Oh yeah, big.
He's a prolific actor. So.
For sure. He's definitely a known quantity. But I'm good on this one. I won't be I won't be tempted on this one this year.
Like, I think you made some good points. There's
He's in Gamer. Do you know what his character name in Gamer is? I don't know what. If you did, I'd be shocked.
No.
Rick Rape.
Oh, nice.
RAPE.
All right. Let's move on to the next announcement, another world premiere. We knew this was coming. It was teased. Lords of the Fallen 2, a sequel to The Lords of the Fallen.
Yep. Which one, though?
I think The Lords of the Fallen is not The Lord.
We're just gonna drop the though, and then go back to the old one, but it's not a sequel to the old one.
Right.
God.
Yeah. Coming out next year. Again, more Souls-like. They're just
no gameplay, no hype.
Right.
Like, it looks cool. I'd be there if it does the thing well. I did start Liza P. A little slight tease for you there, and that one is capturing what I want from a FromSoft game. So you can do that, great. But yeah, no gameplay, no hype. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Next up, we got an adaptation. Is this one that can get John excited? From Software's Sekiro is getting an anime adaptation exclusive to Crunchyroll.
Jesse's pumped. Jesse's pumped.
Yeah, a pal of the show. Jesse's a fan.
That was his 99 out of 100 game. That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
that's kind of interesting. Yeah, he got a little treat.
Yeah.
But what about this is obviously not for me, but what about you?
I mean, I'll definitely see how it's received, check it out. I will admit, like, it's not my favorite style of animation from an anime standpoint. You know, it kind of looks a little more old school, and that's cool. Slower frame rates and things like that, but you know, I have grown accustomed to my Attack on Titans and Jujutsu Kaisens and Demon Slayers and things like that. So, but I think it's awesome to it's just awesome to see what FromSoft has done. Like, you know, as somebody who
when From Software does it, but Ubisoft's Far Cry thing, I don't care.
How dare you compare Ubisoft to From Software? But just to see them come from this like niche kind of weird RPG, super hard thing that I liked from the get go. That I slowly, now it's getting an anime.
And
cool.
a movie.
Yeah,
Elden Ring's has become.
Yeah,
a
and
movie.
Alex Garland's doing an Elden Ring movie, and so yeah, it's cool to see it from that standpoint. But I'll have my eye on it. It's kind of, but I also I don't know, thinking about it, right? The Devil May Cry anime, I don't really care. The Nier Automata anime, I don't really care. Like even
sure, yeah, they got
even like Castlevania. I was like, this is okay. It's just there's something about established IPs and like I don't know.
Yeah, but From Software games are so vague in their lore.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about previously, that you have to look at item descriptions to get the lore and stuff. So it'll be interesting what they do here.
Yeah, I know this might sound stupid, but when I watch anime, I just really like that. Oh no, we have no way to fight and succeed. How are we going to beat this big bad? Oh, look at this. We have a new ability and I'm going to smoke you now and this is the coolest stuff ever. So it's like, I don't think this will have that. It'll be a little more grounded. But that's cool. It's still a cool announcement. Excited it's happening. Cool stuff.
All right. Next up, Traveler's Tales is returning to Batman. We are getting a Lego Batman game called Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight. We got an extended trailer. Like they came out on stage and talked about the game. It's a Lego game, but this looks to have a bunch of references to the history of Batman, like every movie that he's ever been in. Sure.
You're the Batman guy, buddy. Mr. Arkham.
Yeah, I love the Arkham games, but
didn't you want to go from those like gritty, dark, grown-up adult experiences to this? Isn't that how you want to evolve as a gamer?
No. I this game will probably be very successful and will have a lot of fans, but
I think the Skywalker Saga was the second most sold game of that year. It was way up there. So yeah, those games made bank. I can't steal this joke in good faith. It was made by somebody else, but how did they not call it the Legacy of the Dark Knight? It seems like such a shoo-in.
Yeah, good question. All right, moving on. Dawn of War 4 is coming, a sequel to the RTS strategy game from a long time ago, over 10 years ago, I think was the last game. So, but this is a PC franchise that we kind of said was a lot of games like this were going to be here last week, but it's here. So if you're a fan. All right, Monster Hunter Wilds is doing a Final Fantasy 14 crossover. I think we can just move on.
Yeah.
No Monster Hunter fans here. All right, here's another game that just does not need to show up anymore, and that's Onimusha Way of the Sword. It seems to show up at every event, and we just get a little more trailer. No date, just a little more trailer.
They didn't put a date on this one yet?
No.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's annoying. We've seen the game 5 times, and it was announced at like the Game Awards last year. So why does it keep showing up if you're not going to put a date on it?
Yeah.
So stop it. I
will say, maybe I just haven't been paying attention to the trailers when they've come up, but like I'm feeling playing this type of game right now. I don't know, it's Onimusha in my head was always like Saints Row to Grand Theft Auto, like where they're like pretty close but not quite the same. And watching this trailer, it's like, man, this is a lot more methodical and slow paced, but like very beautiful and pretty. And I've always felt like the demons kind of have this extra degree of like maliciousness about them in this world. I don't know if it's like just kind of, alongside the Japanese peaceful, foresty areas with like these gnarly looking things, but I'm excited about this one weirdly. And I did like Onimusha 1 or 2. I don't know which one it was. It was back in the good old Blockbuster days where you rent a game for the weekend. But I remember absorbing those orbs and and just slicing things with my sword. So
It's Capcom. Don't bet against them.
nah, absolutely not.
All right, moving on. We have a RPG called Arknights Enfield, another anime game that looks to have base building included.
Is this the one that kind of looked like Factorio? Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
All the assembly lines and stuff.
Yeah, and this is going to be in the Genshin line. I'm
This is
assuming.
a free-to-play game for sure.
So we can just move on.
Yeah, if you like Genshin Impact, give it a whirl.
Next up, Europa Universalis 5. Another PC game coming November 4th.
Yep, looks like Crusader Kings or one of those I'm going to take over the world kind of games with a leader of the world.
Next up, we got to look at Fallout Season 2.
Ella Purnell, marry me.
Yeah, they're going to New Vegas. If you're a fan of the series, you'll probably notice a lot of references from that game. The Legion, there was a Deathclaw teased. We're back. It's back. Come in December.
Yeah, it definitely. Did you watch the first season?
Yeah,
you did. Okay, so a lot of cliffhangers from that first season. We don't need to spoil it if you haven't seen the show and want to. Go check it out. It's good. It's, in my opinion, it's not fantastic, but it's good.
I will just prop them out for they're doing a second season of a show, and it just took a little bit over a year to come out.
Yeah, actually did the right way. That's fair.
Not 2 years, not 3 years, as every other show is. Like, I don't know when we'll get Last of Us Season 3, probably 2027.
If you're lucky. Yeah, I don't know. But, there's definitely still a lot of questions about Lucy's dad and all that and the ghoul. And so there's definitely some narrative threads to pull at. I remember with the first season, it was a lot of conveniences, which is fine. You got to keep the story moving forward. But maybe just if it can just tighten up a little bit.
Right.
But yeah, I'm sure it'll be more goodness of the same thing. And Ella Purnell is gorgeous with her huge eyes, so it's fine. I'll tune in for that.
All right, but no Fallout remaster announcement, not yet. Anyway, there's still time, but if they're smart, they'd get on that ASAP.
Yeah, I'm sure internally they're like, Fallout's probably a 4-5 season show. I would imagine.
That's true too.
They got a lot of good numbers from that first season. I'm sure they're, this is definitely the biggest Amazon Prime show going right now.
The Boys.
I'd say this is bigger. I mean, at this point, like at least not like it didn't peak higher than The Boys peaked, but like right now.
Yeah. I mean, The Boys has one more season left,
Yeah.
and then this will. You're right.
Yeah,
this will be the next big.
So as long
show.
as they can get it ready for, I don't know, maybe there's even some narrative reason that they go to DC. You're in DC in 3, where it's like that's going to be when that one drops. But we'll see.
All right. Next up, we got a trailer for the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle expansion, the Order of Giants. We've known about this for quite a while. I think it was announced when the game released. This is a $30 expansion. And as you know, on this very show, John and I very much enjoyed the base game. I gave it a 10. John gave it an 8. An idiot. This is a wait and see. This is a pricey expansion, but the trailer.
Wait and see for a 10 out of 10 game, huh? Who's the idiot?
But yeah, I mean, I'll probably eventually play this. I would say I love that game, and I think if being away from it for a period of time, I'll be like, yeah, I can come back and
there's something
knock
weird
this
about
out.
this game specifically where I can go like, let me miss it. Like,
Right.
let me miss it. Let me want to get back in there. Don't force myself back in there. But when I'm feeling something that's not super gameplay heavy, cozy, might be a good time for it. But I don't think I'll be. I don't unless if they're like, this is the great, better than anything in the main game. Like unless if it's that. But even then,
yeah,
it's not going
and
anywhere.
reviews will play
Yeah.
a big factor.
Yeah.
If they,
Let that price drop a little.
All right, we're gonna skip World of Tanks.
Yep.
Yeah, Toxic Commando, a trailer.
I thought this looked really good for what it is.
Okay.
It is the same team that just did Space Marine 2, which was one of the sleeper hits.
Saber. They're doing so many games.
They are, but I think,
they're the Jurassic Survivor game.
but I
Jurassic
think
Park
it was
Survivor game,
specifically
too.
Saber and somebody else that did the Space Marine 2. At least I believe in the show they mentioned that it was the same team that did that. So that was one of the sleeper hit games of all of last year. So looks like it if it runs smoothly, but lots and lots and lots of enemies with like a more gross aesthetic to it. Seems to be a little bit of humor. You punch
Did
a
you
guy
ever play
in
like Serious Sam?
the... No,
Okay.
never
It
did.
has
I've been
Serious
wanting to
Sam
play
vibes.
Space Marine 2. I never did. But this could be one that people really really like. If you're just into that kind of like mindless, I want to kill a lot of things in a short amount of time. John Carpenter's great. So, and he's usually pretty involved with his projects.
Okay.
Don't know what he knows about video games, but he's a good dude.
Good horror, dude. All right. Moving on to the next announcement is a game from Ron Gilbert, kind of a famous ex-LucasArts guy. He has a roguelike coming, so John's ears are perked up, called Death by Scrolling. This looks to be a game in the Super Nintendo isometric view. What do you got to say about this one?
Oh, I'm very intrigued about this one. Definitely the graphics look almost exactly like a Stardew Valley Link to the Past looking type stuff. But yeah, man, you give me variety of move sets that combine with one another, give me the roguelike things and a unique take on it. I mean, this looks both samey and unique at the same time. Lots and lots of upgrades to have. There's a snowman chasing you that wants to kill you, and I want to kill him, so I'm going to kill him. But this looks great. I just I don't know. It's not a game I'm going to be like waiting for, but
Okay.
I'll play it when it's here.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. ZA/UM, the team behind Disco Elysium. They finally have announced a follow-up game to that called Zero Parades. It looks to be in the same vein. It's an espionage RPG, but I would imagine a lot of the mechanics, I would hope, of Disco Elysium are here. That game is considered very widely by a lot of people one of the greatest games of all time. So, did you ever finish it?
Never
Disco
finished it.
Elysium?
Never finished it. I want to, but I probably won't. Yeah, Pella showed Jake famously platinum that one.
Oh,
Like
yeah, that's
4
one
full
of his
playthroughs
games.
for, and yeah, I want to love it. It's maybe I'm not smart enough. I don't know, but yeah, this one will be interesting. How it's received. I mean, we might have talked about it on the show. It's a little heady for this type of podcast where Nick and I just bullshit and try and make each other laugh. Where we're going to talk about like lawsuits and things like that. But
I think we did talk about it.
yeah, we probably mention it. But yeah, it's.
A lot of people that worked on Disco Elysium left under not great circumstances.
They were like suing each other and telling them they can't work on other video games, and like the fan base got involved and they're kind of pissed off at the studio. So like they're kind of have an uphill battle to fight. But I will say visually and at least the way the game looks seems like it has a lot of that DNA from Disco Elysium, and just might not be the same leadership team. So we'll see. As long as they didn't like diddle kids or something, I'll support them. Like.
Jesus.
There's not a lot you can
Except
do.
to go to the darkest thing.
Well, there's just not a lot you can do as a maker of video games for me to be like, I won't buy your game if it's good. Like there's, if I don't know, you were shitty to your fan base and shitty to the creators. I go, okay, well, don't be shitty. Is your game good?
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah. It's
I'm still gonna listen to Michael Jackson, man. Like
Yeah.
I got it. Sorry.
That kind of contradicts your statement about the.
Yeah, I know. Specifically the one thing that I said he can't do.
But yeah, same thing with this whole Crafton Subnautica 2 thing is
Yeah.
like if the game's good, that's all
fine.
that it
Yeah.
really ends.
You're gonna support them? Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm still gonna drink bottled water too.
All right, moving on. Unbeatable. It's had a demo for quite a while now. Is coming November 6th. This is the rhythm game beat 'em up. I played it. Not my thing. You should check it out.
I did. Wasn't my thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, we could just move on then.
Yeah, it was, and like I don't even know if it was necessarily the gameplay. I just don't like the washed out aesthetic. It's not for me.
All
There's
right.
vibes, bad vibes for me.
All right. Next up, we got a trailer for NCSoft's MMO tactical shooter Cinder City. This was one of the announcements of the show. Again, not going to be our jam. I'm almost positive this is a free-to-play game, too.
Yeah, I mean, graphics look good. Looks like that's pretty in-depth in terms of like the things you can do. But or maybe I'm thinking of a different game. No, this wasn't the game where you hopped in a helicopter for a little bit, was it? No, it wasn't. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a lot to say. It's not my jam.
All right. Next up, we got another trailer for Silent Hill F. We're about a month away from that one. Was there anything in this trailer that I don't know stood out to you? We've had quite a few looks at this game now at this point.
No, I don't know if anything stood out. I mean, you know, we know the setting, we know the character, we know the vibe of Silent Hill. So in terms of all that, I think it's pretty well established what this game's going to be. I mentioned during the show that, you know, the one remaining question and the one thing that propelled Silent Hill 2, which I think every single person would agree is like the crown jewel of this franchise, what propelled it into that level of belovedness is the story. And that's often the hardest thing to just make sure is good, right? Like your story's either going to land or it's not, or whatever the case. I know this Ryukishi07 guy who's writing the story, a lot of people seem to love him. So, you know, high hopes, but no, it looks good. I dig the setting and vibe. I hope you can have a Japanese voice acting thing in it because it feels really weird to me to have like a perfectly spoken English little Japanese girl set in the 1950s. It's just a little off, a little unimmersive. Yeah. But it's a wait for reviews game, you know, and I don't think I'd want to play it until like right around Halloween anyway.
All right.
September seems a little
early. Put on
early.
your prediction cap on this one.
Okay.
What do you think this game's going to review?
Oh boy. I think this game will get an
Will it review as well as the remake from last year?
No. I think this is more in the mid 8s to low 8s, like 80. I'm gonna say 84.
Okay.
84.
Okay.
Maybe 83. 83, 84. Can I have two?
Sure.
All right, cool.
Low 80s is fine.
Are you going under or over that?
Lower.
Under?
I have a feeling lower.
Okay.
So I just have a feeling. And,
Yeah.
And for reference, Silent Hill 2 was an 87. So
Sure.
we'll see. I don't know. Something feels off, but yeah, wait for reviews on this one.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm going to butcher another name. We had another Souls-like
La Divina Commedia.
based on, I keep wanting to say Dante's Inferno, the EA game.
Dante's Divine Comedy.
Right. EA did the studio that did Dead Space did a game based on this before, way back in the day, a God of War like. But here we go. We got another one. Not really much to say here. We got a quick look at combat. I just can't. I can't. These Souls like are killing me, man. There's just too many.
There's so many. I hear you, man.
You gotta like come out. Like I said, I just watch review. If one of these can actually break the 90 or high 80s, then I'll pay attention. But
like Elden Ring?
Yeah, like Elden Ring.
Oh, okay. Just can't be from FromSoft. Can't be
Nope.
from FromSoft.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, I like the idea of this game. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Nick. Maybe you know, isn't the Divine Comedy part of like the 7 Circles of Hell and all that?
Yes.
So, like, I like
is what Dante's Inferno has you do.
Yeah, so that's cool. You know, and I like using the Italian name for it. I don't know. It's definitely presenting itself as like
from a lore standpoint. Yes, I think this could be very interesting.
Yeah, but I hear you on the the gameplay side of it. Plus, also, let's see, the team last released Anatria, the last song. I remember hearing about that game. I'm doing a live review check just to see what this credentials of this team are. Had a 69.
Okay.
So it's like, you hope that a team can figure it out, and that it just takes that one game that like, oh shit, okay, now they're a developer to look after, but do have a fun name, Giamma Games.
Sure.
But yeah, wait and see.
All right. Okay. Now we got a couple updates on some existing games. I don't think we really need to talk about 7 Deadly Sins Origin or Enshrouded or Age of Empires 4 or Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. They're all getting updates or expansions. And even Cult of the Lamb is getting a giant expansion.
It is a big one, though. Like, first off, it's paid. It's a big, they call it a massive expansion. So, maybe it's like Cult of the Lamb 1.5. Not quite a sequel, but, probably a lot of new things to do. I wish I liked that game more than I did.
Yeah, that's true.
It was fine. It was fun for a little bit, but I don't know. I don't need to clean up everybody's poop all the time, and the charm wore itself out quick.
Fair enough. Next up, we got a trailer for World of Warcraft Midnight. Again, we can't really speak to that. Just the game's continuing to go. It's amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
I did not like the lady that led into that either. She spoke so slowly.
All right. Next up, we got a PvPvPvE game. As Jeff Keighley mentions, this is from Team Jade, who did Delta Force. They're making a game called Project Spectrum, a horror shooter, and you can also play as a monster. So
It's like Evolve.
yeah, exactly. Not much here to go on, but it looked creepy as fuck.
Yeah, it looks good. Looks good for, if you like the asymmetrical horror thing, definitely could be fun. I mean, that's always been one of the things about those games to me. They've always seemed very janky and kind of low budget and put together by scraps, whereas this one does look, a little bit higher level. And I like the monsters, kind of like this weird smoke tentacle monster thing that kind of teleports around. And it could be cool if you're into it, but don't look to us to give you impressions on it when it comes out.
All right. Next up, we knew this game was going to be here, and this is what I'm talking about, is if you're going to show up, you have to bring something more to the table, and this is Sucker Punch's Ghost of Yote, a game John and I are very excited for. Got a new trailer. Again, more of the game. We've seen quite a bit of it at this point, but they did bring the stinger, and that is Legends mode is returning and is coming next year, 2026. Again, I know our thoughts on Legends. John and I played it. We were fine. It was fine. Nothing crazy, but and I guess we never did really talk about that because that was before the show.
Legends was just. I don't understand how people would want to keep coming back to
right.
It was like it was fine for a weekend.
Maybe they'll fix it in this one.
Yeah.
And Legends is their multiplayer co-op mode where you kind of go on, like, I would say, like you would do missions and have objectives, and you just play with your friends, and it's kind of just a PvE mode to the game.
Yeah,
but
definitely feels like just a tacked on multiplayer mode you'd get from an old school video game. That's kind of like, hey, we have our single, but also our multiplayer thing if you want to mess around with it.
But it's free. Which is nice.
But yeah, absolutely nothing else to say about the main game.
No, just it needs to come out.
We know she's on a revenge tale. We know she's riding through beautiful lands. We know she uses this, like what are you doing?
Right. I'm already in.
Yep. Everybody's already in. Nobody's not in or out. Nobody. Right in if you are. That'd be crazy.
Yeah. All right. Next up was we got the big trailer. We talked about it last week. Resident Evil Requiem got a story trailer. Again, this trailer sucks. It's not good. It's not good. We get it looks to be a story before the events of the last trailer we saw at Summer Game Fest, where your mom is actually alive, and you're just in a hotel that the power goes out. The guy working the hotel gets pretty brutally killed. He gets a plastic bag over his head and then his throat slit. That's not
Throat
a way I
slashed.
want to go.
Throat slashed.
And then just kind of nothing else. And there's nothing really else to say. And I'm getting
I like the transition, and it's like, okay, now we're in gameplay, and it looks really pretty.
Yes.
We all knew it would look really pretty. It's the RE engine, and I know that they've said like you can play first person or third person. Like again, I think this game is tailored to be first person. Like so,
they look good first person.
yeah, and I think you're gonna get more scares that way. But yeah, did not tell us fucking shit.
No, we know nothing at all. This is one of the first big games of next year, coming in February. And the rumors around this game are all over the place, that it's open world, vehicle driving, multiple locations, but nothing. I mean, we don't get anything here, so I just don't like this tease. We just saw it at the last Keighley event. It's here again, and you got to do more. The trailer's got to say something.
Yeah.
I mean, at least give me, if it's a story trailer, at least give me Leon at the end or something. I don't know, something at all. And it's like, this was like one of the headline games for this showcase, and just like crap.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely something to be said about. I mean, obviously games are marketed in different ways now. The video games are bigger than they've ever been, so maybe just marketing teams feel like they don't need to pull out the stops for it, especially in a game like a horror game where you want surprises and stuff. But it's just you don't need the trailer then here, and
Right.
especially. There's one more announcement that we'll get to here in a second, but like to have it be this big thing towards the end of the show where we're all excited, and it's like we knew this was here. This isn't anything new. It just feels bad. Like I don't know who after the show is like, yeah, I'm like again. Like I don't know if the goal isn't to make everybody feel better about the project than they. Maybe it is the goal, right? You want to leave these shows feeling more positive about something than you felt before the show. But every time this happens, I kind of weirdly feel more negative about it. And like that's not what you want. So
Right.
I don't know, but still gonna be there. It's not changing anything. It's just annoying.
Yeah. This is Capcom, I guess. Capcom's been pretty bad. They're the ones publishing Onimusha and Monster Hunter Wilds, and yeah, they're all
They
their
have all
games
this
just
money
like,
now from selling more games than they've ever sold. And they're like, what do we do with it? I don't know. Throw it at marketing, and then you get this.
Well, they fund Okami, and then they go.
Yeah, where's that? Give me Okami too.
And just yeah, I don't know. These games need to sit tight until they actually have something to say. Is kind of my point here.
Like this next one's probably about to be for the next 5 years.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, this game did leak beforehand, but I was hoping the one more thing, right? Like you can't just end on that weak Resident Evil trailer. And sure enough, Jeff had his one more thing, and it's a sequel to last year's Black Myth Wukong, Black Myth Zhong Kui.
Zhong Kui.
Zhong
Zhong Kui.
Kui.
Zhong
Zhong
Kui.
Kui. Zhong Kui.
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm guessing. I have no idea. I sound cool when I say it, though.
Yeah, a new announcement. Obviously, I'm assuming will play just like the other Black Myth game, but with a new protagonist. This Zhong Kui, who's supposedly some ghost-catching god that travels between hell and earth, which is a cool premise.
Great premise. Yeah.
Just not much to go here. Just the
Giant tiger.
Yeah, just the teaseries of teasers. Just a quick CG cutscene.
Well, apparently in the YouTube description for the teaser, too, it does say, as the project is still in early development, no in-game footage is available at this time. So, yeah, strap in for 4 or 5 years,
yeah,
I feel like.
Black Myth Wukong's not even a year old at this point.
No, and I think it was in development for about six years or so.
Yeah.
So I expect this to be a PS6 game. Like honestly, not exclusively, but like it's gonna be one of those on
right,
both,
right.
Things.
2027 if we're lucky.
Yeah. So looks great, but it's going to get really hard for Nick and I as podcasters whenever we get one of these kind of games to give you anything other than like, yeah, it looks good. It's another one. I really don't know I don't know Chinese lore and myths and anything like that. It just looks like a really, really high polished, graphically good Souls-like. And, but this is all CG. So we haven't, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, and that kind of ended the show. I mean, there were a couple other things. I mean, Ninja Gaiden 4 was there. Outer Worlds 2 was there. Vampire the Masquerade 2 Bloodlines is coming out in October, of course. I hope that game's good, but I doubt it.
Yeah, we'll see.
It's been in development hell for a very, very long time.
Chronos.
Yeah, Chronos was there. Yeah, a lot of games that we've seen before. So let's get into our review of the whole thing, John. What do you think our Twitter poll's doing?
No, not great. It's probably all D's. It always is.
Yes, D is winning with 56% of the vote. B and C sharing 20%, and then A at 6%.
I'm going C minus for me. Silksong got some confirmation.
Gross.
What?
I can't believe is that a positive thing?
Yeah. I mean,
you'll just take anything at this point.
yeah. I mean, look, man.
Team Cherry just flicks you in the ear, and you're like, yeah, all right.
This was more than a flick in the ear. This was like, this was arguably the face of the video game industry going, I guarantee it's coming out this year with a post from Team Cherry going, we have an event in two days with a post from Jason Schreier confirming it. I'm feeling pretty okay about that. I don't know what the date specifically will be. I think it's that October 16th
But
date.
we're not reviewing you're not reviewing what's coming. You're reviewing the show.
Yeah.
And it was weak, man.
As a program, yeah, it was weak. But I also think you review shows based on the contents in there, and like, yeah, I got the thing, dude. Like that's what this. I don't get excited about a ton of video games anymore. That's like one of them, one of the huge ones. I wasn't expecting like Sony stuff, right? I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I'm sure Ghost was there at all.
It'd be nice to have, like, give me my Hades 2 date, give me stuff like that. But like, I wasn't expecting an update on Judas. I wasn't expecting, anything along those lines. But it was just a bunch of updates. It was a bunch of projects we already know exist. It was Call of Duty looking shitty. It was, the final game being something that's like, it doesn't stand out anything separate from that other game that we were praising earlier. I've already forgotten the name because it's shitty, sort of something.
Yeah.
So, there was no moment where I went, whoa, like, so it sits in that C minus. I D plus, C minus. It's all there. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know.
C's pretty good. I mean, a lot of big games are here. A lot of big names. Every big game of the fall is here. Yeah. There's just nothing. There was no wow moments like, oh my god, I can't believe this, outside of a Tony Hawk meets Subway game.
I mean, like, the follow up from the Disco Elysium team is a big deal. It's got a lot of baggage and weirdness attached to it. Like, that should be a big deal, but albeit for a very small amount of people that care a lot about that property. Yeah, Fallout show, Onimusha we've seen.
It was solid. Batman. It's just that, like I said, the big games didn't show very well. All those big games could have shown a lot better.
One thing I do want to point out, and that would probably drop me into the D plus area, is and it was only really bad at the beginning of the show, is like, I don't need Yoshi P and the creator of Monster Hunter coming out and talking about their collaborations for 7 minutes. Like, that is such a just killer of momentum. Like, I know that millions of people still play Final Fantasy 14, but similar to how Nick and I are complaining about, like, we've seen this game, we don't need more updates on it unless we have something to say. It's like, cool, there's a fucking Chocobo in Monster Hunter, and there's a Monster Hunter character in Final Fantasy. It's like, I don't need them to now come out and talk about it and oh, I respect Yoshi P, and Yoshi P respects me, and like, they did that with a couple things, right? Like, I don't need the World of Warcraft like, this is a 21-year-old property, 22-year-old property. I don't need this anymore. Just show your thing. The people who are fans of it will know what it is. They'll get excited about it, and we can move on. Granted, I'm a realist. I know that, like, people pay money, companies pay money to get their time and all that stuff, but it just was not just killed my excitement for the show pretty quickly. Every time it's like, okay, now I got to sit through another one of these. All right, grab my phone, sit on that for 4 minutes until they go.
This and Summer Game Fest are those shows where they bring people out and they talk more about the game. And again, if that's not your game, if Call of Duty Black Ops, World of Warcraft, the Lego Batman game aren't your thing, you're like, oh man, I gotta sit through this. So your mileage will vary on that.
I will admit, even if it was my game, I don't need that. Like, I don't need, like, seriously, like, I don't need the next God of War. Here comes Cory Barlog to talk about. I don't care. Like,
you would care.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think I would, because what's he gonna say? He's gonna be like, yeah, well, I'm
We'll
so
see how you
I'm
feel
so
when you're
proud of
watching this 45-minute
I'm gonna be coming
Hollow
down.
Knight thing.
I'm gonna be coming down on like the announcement of things, but like I don't need. Oh yeah, we're just so proud of our team, and we really had the inspiration, the vision, and this game's gonna be bigger and better than ever before, and like we really hope that you guys will take the time to spend when it comes out next. Fuck, like I don't need that who needs that? So that's just my
I think
rant
it works when it's your game, but yeah, it's hard when it's not.
I don't think it does. Like I'm trying to think of one specific example where I would.
I mean,
I don't think
if Druckmann came out of there and was talking about
I don't care.
Intergalactic, yes, you would.
No, I don't.
Yes, you would.
Because he's not going to say anything of substance.
What do you mean he's not going to say anything? That's a new property and a new game we know nothing about.
Right, but in that moment on stage with Jeff Keighley, it's going to be the whole like, yes, we're super excited. It's bigger than anything we've ever done. We've learned from Uncharted. We've done it's like it's going to be the same stuff. It's just like, oh my god, I don't care.
Here we go. I'm Jin again. I'm John. I can't care about anything.
Show me gameplay.
I
show
can't
me
get excited.
It's the same way I feel about like CG trailers. It's just like
I think the games hurt it a lot. Like known games hurt. Like any sequel, a Lego Batman game, like we know what that is. Like you don't need to come out there and explain it. And like you said, we know what Monster Hunter is. We know what a collaboration is. Final Fantasy 14. These are known games. We don't really need the extended time.
Yeah.
But if it was a game that like was freshly announced or a new property, like I said, if Cory Barlog's new game was out there, I would want Cory Barlog to come out and talk about it. I want Neil Druckmann to talk about Intergalactic.
In that specific setting, like at like right after the trailers first dropped, and now you get him to come on stage.
Yeah, I want to know more.
But I don't think they're going to tell you anything. What are they going to tell you? All that stuff, all that good stuff, all that meaty stuff.
I'm just Jin.
Comes afterwards. No, I'm animated. I'm not talking like this.
Gonna talk like this.
No, I
can't get excited.
I don't think you're
anything.
hearing what I'm saying. It's just like the content of what they say in those specific moments is fluffy bullshit. It's like I don't need this right now. It's just like give me more games to look at.
All right. Well, hopefully one day I'll have an example when a game you care about comes out and it's a game we know nothing about comes out.
Yeah, maybe Yoko Taro could do it if he comes out with his dumb moon mask on. But he'll probably say some nonsense bullshit because that's how he is.
So, getting back to the show. It's a solid show. Just games could have showed better, and all the new announcements were just, again, those games that we, they're a Soulsborne game. It's hard to get excited, or it's a PC game, and it's hard to get excited. So
and those are Europe. Europe cares a lot more about those.
Yeah.
Than anything.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm still excited for games. I think there's plenty of games to play in October alone. It's not like I'm starving over here. There's games coming. It's just
October's gonna be good, very good.
And this is kind of the rumors are up there for a Nintendo Direct and a State of Play in September. Both those companies do that every September, so I'd place that as a lock. So hopefully, some more games will be shown, and we'll get a better showcase.
Saros.
Saros said they'd show gameplay this year, so they got to show up at some point.
Wolverine. Saros.
Yeah. That could. Yeah. Yeah.
And Metroid. And
release date for Metroid Prime 4. So. All right.
Hades.
We're on the other side. Yeah, Hades 2, another one. Yeah, just some good games that need release dates. All right, well, that's it. We're on the other side.
Everybody go check out Absalom. It looks awesome.
Yes, go check it out. If you're on PC, it has a demo, so you can really check it out there. What do we got for next week, John? Episode 150.
What?
We got there. Obviously.
Can't believe it.
We're going to have to talk all about Silksong.
yeah, that'll be a big old little thing.
Curious, the Schreier article will be interesting as well as the release date for the game officially.
Phil Spencer held us down, and he told us that if we talked about the game... No, teases. Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about that. I did mention Jesse. I apologize, and Will also. I really should have probably taken to your guys' wise words a little closer to heart sooner. But I did start Lies of P, and I am shocked at how Bloodborne-y it is. Granted, I still am a dad that doesn't have as much time to do what he wants, so don't expect me to like devour this thing. But just because I want to,
He's into it.
I'm into it, and Claire wasn't as into it. I know I will be at some point in my life, so I mentioned this like a couple weeks ago, but I don't want to cyberpunk it, so we'll get there. We'll get there.
Okay.
But other than that, no, just playing MLB The Show with my son all day long.
Yeah, I have a feeling we'll get some more news out of Gamescom as things that were not in opening night live, didn't want to pay to be in opening night live. We'll start showing like a lot. I know Crimson Desert got a new trailer, a lot of games that will be kind of showing off this week, and we'll get probably updated press impressions of all the games that are playable.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Silksong, people will say, I've touched Silksong, I've played it, it exists.
Garbage.
Yeah, absolute trash. All right, so yeah, we'll have some things to talk about next week, and we'll think of some fun things to celebrate 150 episodes as well. So
Absolutely.
So it'll be a good episode.
Nick and I are gonna wrestle.
Yeah, we are
Live stream.
and then you have to promise you cannot be a downer on this show anymore if I win.
I cannot promise that. I am sorry.
Well, if I beat you in a wrestling match, then you have to.
No, I can't.
You have to fake it then.
Fake excitement.
Yeah.
Oh, that Deadpool VR game looks so cool.
Oh,
Ryan
come on,
Reynolds
now.
is my favorite.
Don't use that one.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking of Ryan Reynolds.
All right. So write in. Let us know your thoughts on Gamescom opening night live. What did we get wrong? What are you excited about? And you'll be read on the show. But other than that, we thank you for listening. Take care of yourself. And we'll be back next week with the normal show. Bye-bye.
Later.